We shall soon be bidding goodbye to the floating platform at Marina Bay, which will be redeveloped into NS Square, slated for completion in 2025. Much has been said about this project, which promises a new waterfront sports facility, multi-purpose field, gym, gallery to commemorate national service, and many other amenities. What has not been said is the cost. Exactly how much will this all cost the taxpayer, and is it worth the price? Perhaps other projects can give us some idea. Consider the Founders Memorial, another development aimed at commemorating Singapore's history, to be completed in 2027. The cost of the project has, frustratingly, not been publicly released. But according to an architecture news website, the budget for the project is at least $90 million. Not to mention surrounding infrastructure like the Founders Memorial MRT station that already cost more than $240 million. At a time when rising healthcare expenditures are supposedly making it necessary to raise taxes, are projects like these a prudent use of public funds? Or are they pointless prestige projects built at the expense of taxpayers who are already feeling the pinch of rising inflation? Let's not forget that this is the government that once spent $400,000 on renaming Marina Bay to Marina Bay, after all. One of the reasons given for building NS Square is the need for a permanent venue for National Day parades. After all, the floating platform was originally meant to only be a temporary venue while the new National Stadium was being constructed. However, there is nothing wrong with the floating platform, which is little more than a decade old and has hosted the parade 11 times since 2009 without issue. The same cannot be said for the National Stadium, which, like NS Square, was specifically meant to be a permanent venue for the National Day parade. The stadium, built as a part of a public-private partnership, turned out to be unable to host the parade after all. The dome obstructed the flypast, military vehicles could not drive on the stadium's tracks, and the Red Lions couldn't parachute into the dome due to safety concerns. Yet the taxpayer was stuck paying $193 million per year to the private consortium operating the stadium as part of the PPP. An arrangement which subsequently fell apart and led to the nationalization of the stadium at the cost of another $2.3 billion to the taxpayer. While the amenities in NS Square are certainly nice to have, are they necessary? Take the multi-purpose field, meant for community activities when not hosting the National Day parade. Exactly how many community activities are being held every year that cannot be accommodated by the existing floating platform such that there is need for a brand new event space? Or consider the gallery to commemorate national service. Given that every Singaporean male already spends 2 years in national service, do we really need another reminder of it? The gallery is far more likely to be a mandatory field trip destination for board students and full-time national servicemen. If the objective is to bore Singaporean youth, can this not be achieved more cost-efficiently using the existing mandatory national education and social studies classes instead? Similar criticisms can be made of the Founders Memorial, which lacks even the redeeming amenities of NS Square. The state already controls history lessons and has a monopoly on local media. Do we really need this exercise in self-aggrandizement and propaganda? The late Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, one of the founders this memorial supposedly commemorates, was clear that he did not need or want monuments built for him. Perhaps more significantly, as a pragmatic and fiscally responsible politician, he would be turning in his grave at this massive waste of public funds. In 2015, current Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong famously said, "What will make you need to raise GST? Profligate spending and irresponsible, unsustainable plans. That is what will hurt and require you to raise taxes and GST." As the goods and services tax is set to rise from 7% to 9%, he would do well to take his own advice, and think twice before approving more pointless vanity projects in future.